good human relations. Okay? And the challenge and the remaining challenge is how to function in the secular workplace or environment. I believe that God has a purpose. I want to take a look at that. It's very important. I believe that God has a purpose while you are there. Okay? We're looking at the bigger picture, and we are part of the system. Okay? And later on, we're going to draw some illustrations from the Bible regarding this idea. If we run our own business, I think it's not a big deal when it comes to Sabbath keeping, right? Unfortunately, we don't have our own business, right? If you are the boss of the company, you can manage it the way you want, right? Correct? If you have your own school, you can adapt the Adventist system of education and close the school on Saturday or Sabbath, right? But we are not. Therefore, tension is most likely to happen, and that is normal. Okay? But again, if we go back here, God has a purpose while you are there. Okay? So the challenge here is how are we going to reach other people? And this morning, I want to use two illustrations, which is very difficult. So the first one is what we call the idea of salt, okay? And the other one is light, okay? So these two illustrations will help us to realize, to understand the very purpose why we are in this workplace, in this environment. So as faithful children of God, how can we become the salt and light in the secular workplace? So we know what is salt, right? Salt, what is the function of the salt? It's a preservative, it's a disinfectant, and it's a flavoring. Okay? For those of you who are cook, right? Couldn't hardly imagine cooking without salt, right? It's tasteless. Huh? Lasang lasa. We need salt. Salt is very tiny. Salt is it's like we're taking for granted, right? But if there's no salt when we're cooking, we really feel that something is missing. Okay? And also the idea of light. We are the light of the world. Okay? So we're going to read Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 to 16. Can we read all together? Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. You are the salt of the earth. If the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? If it's no longer good for anything, except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on the hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, put it on its head and give light to everyone else. Let your light shine before men. They may see your good deeds. Okay, very interesting, right? Very insightful. Okay, so we are the what? We are the light and the salt. Okay, what will happen if there is no saltiness anymore? We are not serving our own purpose, or God's purpose in our life. There is no use at all. Okay? And we don't want that to happen. Now, so when we talk about salt and light, I'm going to present to you two perspectives. First of all, the perspective, and the other one is the perspective from the human resource. Okay? So the first one is, so these are the three biblical illustrations, okay, about the salt and light. The first one is the little maid. It's supposed to be made, okay? That's made, okay? So the little maid in a foreign land, okay? The second one is the hard-working Joseph, and the other one is Daniel in a secular place, okay? Three illustrations. So the first one is the little maid in a foreign land. If you have a Bible with you, you can open it in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 5, verses 2 and 3. Again, 2 Kings, chapter 5, verses 2 and 3. Okay, it says here, now bands from Aram had gone out and had taken captive a young girl from Israel, and she served Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, if only my master would see the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy. Okay? So, a kid, okay? Maid, okay? The maid servant. We know this girl, so she's a maid servant of General Naaman, okay? So here was this little Hebrew maid in pagan country. Okay, so she's in a pagan country. She was taken as captive from Israel. She was taken to Syria. Knowing about Naaman, the head of the house, she was concerned for him, sympathetic towards him, wished him well. Here, God's messenger begins with a little captive slave girl. Now, there is a similarity between us and this the servant, right? So one common denominator is that she is living in a foreign land. She's serving the foreign land, just like us here. Okay, all of us are foreigner, and God has put us in this place, okay, because there's a purpose for sure, right? So how are we doing in our workplace? That's the question. Are we becoming the messengers of God in this foreign land? Okay, that's the question. Why do you suppose Naaman listened to her? After all, what could a slave know? She's just a slave, right? She's just a little girl. The answer is that it is because perhaps her life spoke volumes. Her life had been such a testimony that it gave credibility to her words. Okay? So that's one important lesson. Another one is Daniel in a secular place. Okay, so supporting text is Daniel chapter 6, verses 1 to 5. Right here, let me read it to you. It pleased Darius to appoint 120 satraps to rule throughout the kingdom, with 3 administrators over them, one of whom was Daniel. The satraps were made accountable to them, so that the king might not suffer loss. Now Daniel so distinguished himself among the administrators and the satraps by his exceptional qualities that the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. I want you to take note of these exceptional qualities, okay? So we are expected, remember in my introduction before, so we are expected to go beyond. So we are expected to do better. We must be an excellent Christian worker, just like Daniel. At least the administrators and satraps trying to find grounds for charges against Daniel in his conduct of government affairs, but they were unable to do so. It's perfectly normal to work in a secular environment where you sometimes will be a subject of backbiting or gossiping, and sometimes people are trying to find something wrong in you. This is very biblical. This is what happened to Daniel. Okay? But one thing is here. The good thing is they could find no corruption in him because he was trustworthy and neither corrupt nor negligent. Wow, this is so powerful, right? Imagine like you're working in your school, and then your teacher or other your colleagues find bad things in you, but they do not find anything because the Lord is prospering you because you are so faithful to Him. This is very encouraging. Finally, this man said, "We will never find any basis for charges against this man Daniel unless it has something to do with the law of his God." Okay? So the first one is the maid, okay? The little maid servant was working with General Naaman. And we can see that although she's very small, she's just a slave, she was a blessing, okay? Number 2 is a story about Daniel, okay? People are trying to find bad things in him. they could not find. Next, the faithful and hardworking Joseph. Okay. Supporting text is in Genesis 39, verses 2 to 5. Okay, so if you have Bible with you, you open it to the book of Genesis, chapter 39, verses 2 to 5. Okay, 39, 2 to 5. Okay, so the Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success, I really like this part. Do you want to be successful? All of us want to be successful in life, right? The secret is very simple. The secret is very simple. It's right here. The Lord is the one. The Lord was with him, and the Lord gave him success in everything he did. Joseph found favor in his eyes, and he became his attendant. Okay? And then Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. Wow. This must be a very big responsibility, right? From the time he put him in charge of his household and of all that he owned, the Lord blessed the household of the Egyptian because of Joseph. See that? So if you're working in the school, the Lord is going to bless you, and that school will be blessed as well. That's the function of the soul. That's the function of the life. We have our own legitimate sphere of influence. Okay, and we have to exercise that positive influence. Okay, and here, from the time he put him in charge of his household and of that he owned, the Lord blessed the household of Egyptian because of Joseph. The blessings of the Lord was on everything Potiphar had, both in the house and in the field. So Potiphar left everything he had in Joseph's care, with Joseph's in charge, and he did not concern himself with anything except the good that he ate. So this is very encouraging. So these three verses helps us to understand that we cannot be successful in the workplace. We cannot reach other people unless the Lord guides us. Okay, unless we prioritize God. Now let's take a look at the perspective of the human resource. Okay, so we have four here. So the first one is job performance, human relations, leadership, and diversity, beauty. So number one, job performance. We need to work hard and smart, right? If you want to get favor from the administrations from the higher level, we must be hardworking like Joseph, right? If you have a lot of requests, but your performance is not that good, you're always absent. It's not reasonable, right? So work hard and be smart. To be competent, to become an asset of the school or the organization. Our employers will then treasure and count on us with confidence in our professionalism and loyalty. Christian influence by Christian workers must be expressed explicitly in our continuous self-improvement, in our expertise, in our diligence, and excellence in tasks accomplished. So we should always do our best. Okay? In order for Christian workers to become the best and the brightest workplace, extra miles and continuous efforts in learning technology innovation, product development, and service delivery to meet the company's strategic trends should be a top priority. Okay? So we must do our part as well. So don't be satisfied. Don't just be stagnant in your field. Okay? If you are a kindergarten teacher, so find out what are the best strengths as a kindergarten teacher. Okay? So you must excel in your work. Right now, what I do in the university is I'm trying to build my connections. Okay? I'm trying to talk to people. Okay? Because I believe in the power of networking. It's very important to be able to reach other people. So that is part of job performance. Human relations. Human relations is very important. The children of God must gain respect and recognition as Christian workers. The children of God needs to provide extraordinary values and services to the company's customers. So that would be the children, right? And parents and other stuff. Okay? Human relations is very important. Okay? And that is how to deal with people. Christian workers must know how to practice their unique Christian influence and human relations skills in the workplace, and how to treat students, teachers, parents, and staff with courtesy and care. And I think this is the best sermon we could give, okay? To see the character of Christ in us. Sometimes we lose control, right? Sometimes there's misunderstanding, sometimes there's tension, sometimes there's conflict in the workplace. That is normal. And so we need to be very careful. Anyone can become angry, that is easy. But to be angry with the right person, the right degree, at the right time, the right purpose, in the right way, that is not super easy. It's not easy. Okay? Next is Christian leadership. Okay, so we have the human relations. Next is Christian leadership. And so under Christian leadership, so under Christian leadership, in order for us to grow, we need to continue, we need to seek professional development. Okay? Never stop learning and continue to grow. Acquire leadership position, not to manipulate others, but use power to what? Serve others. This is very important. Okay? I remember I was taking this subject in executive leadership, and we were talking about this is very different, because when we talk about Christian leadership, that is servant leadership. And when we say servant leadership, the idea is serving, right? But the worldview's perspective of leadership is not you're being served. You're there because you're going to be served by the subordinate. Okay, that is different. So what I'm talking here is about Christian leadership. So we must pursue Christian leadership not because we want to manipulate people, but because we want to use this power or opportunity to serve people. Okay, that is Christian leadership. The roles and functions of Christian workers in the systems are to create harmony. Okay, to create harmony, not faction or gossip in the workplace. Positive life viewpoints, healthy lifestyles, and productive work atmospheres. Okay, in order for us to be an effective Christian worker. Let your character speak. Many Christians attempt to hide their identity, forgetting how important they are to creating a cultural beautiful organization. Okay, another challenge for us. And then these are some examples of unchristian practices in the workplace. So we have here lax attendance. I'm sure there are many. Okay, dishonesty, carelessness, antagonism, negativity, lack of motivation, insubordination, personal problems that may affect your performance, and politics. Okay, of course, this is easier said than done. I mean, sometimes you are caught in a situation where you will be tempted to compromise, and that is not easy, right? We need guidance, okay, from the Lord. Okay, so these are the dynamics of tension in the workplace: competing with others, getting upset with others, which means they are tending to control others. Okay, always expressing their insecurity by criticizing others, organizations, or authority. Always fearing and therefore worrying about themselves should the worst happen. Okay. Next, Christian workers and human relations always offers help and support others. Always sees the positives even in what seems to be negative events. Realize their value to others and is able to express their innate personal values such as caring, trusting, understanding, and empathy. This is the Christian values that we have to cultivate, we have to nurture in the workplace. Unfortunately, because we are working in a Christian environment, so sometimes we are tend to compromise. Next, so we know these are some of some of the prominent figure in the Adventist circle. We may not be well known like them, but still we can possibly be influenced and lead people to Christ or give the salt and light in our respective secular workplace or environment. Okay? So these are the reflections. Think of those instances when your co-workers became interested in Christ or in spiritual matters because of your work and life. What was it specifically that attracted them? What challenges do you face in becoming salt and light in your work, in your present work situation? So this is not just an issue about our visa, about our salary, or having our own work permit. It goes beyond that, and that is to be the salt and light in our workplace. I want to share with you this text. Okay, this is in 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 2 to 3. It says here, "You yourselves are our letter." Okay, so we are the living letter, written on our hearts, known and read by everyone. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written with ink in the spirit of the name of God. Okay? Not on tablets of stones, but on tablets of human hearts. So we are like letters that are being read by our teachers, by our co-teachers. Okay? And our goal is to present Christ. Our goal is to be able to become the salt, the light in the workplace. And of course, there are challenges, there are tensions, but we don't have to give up. Okay, we don't need to be discouraged. And I pray that this message will serve you as an inspiration to continue with your spiritual journey. Understand?
Close our divine worship. We will sing our theme song. Close them. Give me ears to your spirit. Give me faith to follow. Give me hands to touch the worthy and the praise to follow you. Give me grace to be a servant. Give me mercy, Lord, and love. Give me passion for your glory. Give me
Yes, may our Father in heaven, we thank you so much, Lord, for reminding us to always do our best in the workplace. There are times that we are tempted to be relaxed or to compromise some things. We pray, Lord, that you will continue to guide us, help us to be aligned with the soul of the workplace. First of all, to start in our respective home and be able to be a blessing to the people around us. Thank you, Lord, for giving our prayer.